Hey, what's up guys? Scarce here to give you the latest news on scumbags all over YouTube. First up, Etika News Network. I hear he has a girlfriend. That's real cool. But you know what? Fuck him. Also on the news, I think O'Nickel is secretly Goose Boost's brother, but I don't fucking know. No, but seriously, hey guys. It's me. It's Goose Boost. How you doing? It's fucking... it's like really early in the morning. I literally just woke up. Like, I'm not using that in like the shitty way that Leafy uses it. I'm like, I literally just woke up and I watched the NX trailer and I'm recording this to you, directly to you. Rest in peace, Satoru Iwata. You were a great guy. I'm not gonna bother to make a script. We're gonna talk about the Nintendo Switch. No script, no fucking Sombra. Fuck her. I don't want to talk about her yet. Fuck. Nintendo Switch. It's a console. It's a new console by Nintendo, and they made like it looks okay. It looks pretty cool. So if you haven't seen the video, description down below. But I'm pretty sure you've seen the video. I mean, for fuck's sake, come on. But if you haven't, essentially the Nintendo Switch is like a console handheld hybrid, which is very, very interesting. It's kind of brilliant in some ways. But in another way, it's kind of, I don't know, I'm very unsure of it. Some of you might notice, if you have seen the trailer, that this one dude was playing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on the console version, and then oh my god, he magically switched over to the handheld version, which I gotta say, the tablet looks very sleek, very nice. It just looks really, really nice. It's not really big. So gaming on that, like having HD gaming on that is like might be a little difficult because it's not that big, but then again it's compact and it's comfy. It can fit in your bag and comfortably. And there are other tablets around that size that also have games on them, and this is no different really. Another interesting thing to note out of this whole thing is, of course, whether it uses discs or cartridges, and it does very much seem like it uses cartridges. A lot of people are saying that this one scene shows the guy is actually putting in a cartridge in his Nintendo Switch. Yeah, sure, that looks like it. I'm not saying it's an SD card or anything, like, no joke, that looks like a cartridge, and I think I see Nintendo written on it, so that's pretty cool. Another thing is that you can basically detach each of the sides, and that can act as an individual controller, which is awesome. Like, all of this seems really awesome. The one complaint I have personally is how incredibly fucking hideous that controller is. It is so goddamn awful. That looks like oh my god. If there were a chode for controllers, that is the chode for controllers. That is an abomination. That is so bulky and bad. I hope they change that. With the release date being so close, I don't know if they will change it, but I hope that it will change, because that is just not very good looking. But then again, there is a Pro controller, which is yeah, sure, but that's gonna be sold separately. Like, come on. But still, that aside, the Switch does look really cool and shows they have local multiplayer. They're hinting at that, between one Switch with another, which, again, I just have to compliment just how nice and sleek and compact that Switch is, man. It's just a nice little tablet. I like that quite a lot. Now, a lot of people are speculating whether this is a powerhouse or if it's just like a piece of crap, we've been in a terrible situation when it comes to Nintendo consoles, where lately they've all been just underpowered, undermined, and I understand why Nintendo's very hesitant to go back to the overpowered monster houses that they had before, because, believe it or not, the GameCube was the strongest console at the time. It really was. I know a lot of you snicker and laugh at that, but it's true. It was the most powerful console, and guess what? It was bad. And, Nintendo interpreted this as like, oh, people don't really want power, they want something different. And, Satoru Iwata, bless his heart, he knew what was going on. He knew that gaming was becoming an exclusive thing, and he changed the way we thought of gaming, and he introduced a bunch of people to gaming. And that was great. Now they're going back to their old modeled ways where, hey, the gimmick thing worked last time, let's make it work this time. But I don't know, like, I hope it's good. It's good enough. But you know, with the powerhouses that are PCs nowadays, it's kind of hard to keep up, you know. So I don't know. It's hard to tell. Now I have seen some people complain about the Legend of Zelda one. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, people are complaining that the handheld version was laggy and such. And to that, I will counter argue that this is probably post-editing. Gameplay is often... You know, when you see a movie or you see a commercial and, you know, somebody's playing a Nintendo 3DS or like a Vita or like... They're playing something outside. It's kind of really hard to videotape, what the fuck is this, the 90s? It's kind of hard to capture someone playing on their phone and not having that stupid glare, right? So of course that's all post-edited and they put in the gameplay last. Now some of you could say, oh, what if they got the gameplay from the tablet and put it there on the screen? Yeah, that could be a possibility, but I would think what they're trying to do is make it look as good as possible, so they got it from, you know, the HD screen, the TV, and they put it on the mobile part of the Switch. So I don't know, I can't really say. Speaking of the games, however, there's Breath of the Wild, really cool. There's Skyrim, also really cool. That I'm guessing that's the remaster or legendary edition, whatever the fuck it's called. That's awesome. That's really cool. That showing Skyrim is probably one of the smartest things Nintendo did during this commercial. No, sorry. I mean during this trailer. I just woke up. Yeah, during this whole trailer, this whole sneak preview, whatever, that was one of the smartest things they did, because showing Skyrim, it's a very, very popular game, and it's a great third-party game. Showing that it has that, and it has that kind of support, is just good. It's just that is the best third-party game you could possibly show in your preview. The other smart thing they have is the name itself and how they started branding it during the trailer. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but every 30 seconds, around every 30 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever, they would show Nintendo Switch, the logo right there. That is the logo. Like, that is good. That is really, really good. Because, you know, the Wii U debacle, people thought, oh, is the Wii U an accessory? What the fuck is the Wii U? You know, people who don't really know, who aren't in, you know, the gaming circle, they're not going to understand what is the Wii U. And that's what caused most of the Wii U sales to just not exist at all. You know, people couldn't understand that. So with the Switch, they just kept showing it. Hey, this is the fucking Switch. This is the Switch. Do you understand now? This is different. This is fucking different. And I thought that was great. I thought that was really, really good. Alongside that, they also showed some footage of Mario Kart 8, or some people believe that's Mario Kart 9. Other people believe that it's a remaster version of Mario Kart 8. And the reason why people are thinking this is a remastered version is simply because of the fact that it has King Boo, and King Boo is not in Mario Kart 8 apparently. I have played Mario Kart 8 with my friends and such, but I've never actually, you know, I don't have a Wii U, so I don't know if this is true or not. So I'm just gonna assume that this is a Mario Kart 8 remaster. As I said before, there are no discs, so I kind of doubt this is backwards compatible. I don't think that's the case at all. Also, other different things is that there's a Splatoon tournament going on, which, you know, I would assume that's Nintendo embracing esports as a whole. Now that, of course, also seems like it's going to be a Splatoon 2 because of the haircuts. They're all different and such. Again, don't know Splatoon. I am assuming that is true. But if I were to guess, you know, I think making a sequel like Mario Kart 9, that's possible, but making a sequel to Splatoon, you know, that just came out like last year, I believe. And I don't know, I think that's way too early, and I think that's a bit troublesome to come out with a sequel like that so early during the launch. And I don't know. But the most fascinating one of it all, and everybody just keeps talking about this one, that being the very interesting Mario footage they had. That just seems like a brand new Mario game, which is great. That's fantastic. I don't believe the Wii U launched with a new Mario game. I think Mario 3D World, is that what it's called? I think they came out like a year or so later. But this time they just have something right out of the gate. So, you know, there are rumors that there's going to be a Mario game on launch, which would be fantastic. That would be just great. But hey, who knows? That could just be, again, with the whole remasters theory going on, that could just be like Mario 3D World remastered. Oh god, if they name it New Mario 3D World, I will be absolutely pissed. So I think the best thing to take out of this is just how awesome it's going to be to have a home console and a portable console. I think that's a very smart move. So now, you know, if this is gonna, like, I think the president, the newest president of Nintendo, I don't remember his name, but I believe he said something along the lines that the Nintendo Switch is not, well, he called it the NX at first, but the Nintendo Switch was not supposed to be a replacement for the Wii U or the 3DS, but honestly, if this is a success, it could very well be the replacement that we need. So, you know, now you no longer need a Nintendo 3DS if you want to play Pokemon Sun and Moon. You no longer need a Wii U if you want to play Splatoon. You could just have it all on the NX, which is just grand. So, speaking of grand, there is a grand list of third-party developers who are working with Nintendo closely on the Nintendo Switch. Now, I'm not going to name them all like some crazy people are, but there's a ton of them, and you can see them right there. They're all right there. You can just read them off yourself. Some of the more notable ones are Take-Two Entertainment. They're the guys who are helping with the latest Red Dead Redemption game, so that could very well show up on the Nintendo Switch, so that'd be kind of cool. Capcom's helping them. Capcom's always helped Nintendo. I think they're kind of like, they're like distant cousins. They've always helped. Grasshopper Manufacturer, they're helping out. If you don't know, my favorite game of all time is No More Heroes. Suda51 works with those guys. I'm not saying there's gonna be a No More Heroes 3, but I don't know, whatever. Maybe. Let's see. Sega, Tokyo RPG. I think From Software is around. Yep, From Software is right there. A lot of people know From Software for making Dark Souls and Bloodborne. I don't think there's going to be like a Dark Souls 4 on the NX. It could be possible, but you know. Other than that, a ton of different people. Bethesda, really cool. But, you know, I really don't care about this list of game developers. Usually when they come out with a new console, they always show, hey, these are our third parties, because, you know, the biggest complaint that Nintendo always has with their consoles is that they don't have enough third-party support. You know, so the way they counteract that is that when they have a new console, hey, look at all these third-party people that are helping us out. But, you know, I usually don't care about that, because by the end or maybe even halfway through their console cycle, that doesn't matter, because half of the people that are on that list, if not more, they're just gone. They're just not making games for them anymore. Epic Games is up there. That's kind of shocking. That's really cool, actually. But yeah, I don't know. Alright, well, I think that's about it. I saw the trailer again just in case I missed something. Actually, when I mentioned the whole Nintendo 3D World, it might be a new, like, remaster. I think that's kind of true, because when you see that lady playing that Mario game, you see her, you know, take it to her friend's house, and she's really popular, and then she gives one half of the controller to some lady, and that's pretty much 3D World, isn't it? Because now it's like multiplayer, but maybe it's new. Other things, the controller itself, actually those halves of the controller, I'm hoping it's comfortable, because they look really small, like pretty tiny. Oh fuck, one last thing I want to mention, actually. I totally almost forgot about this. That controller looks really nice. I don't know if anybody noticed this, but the Nintendo 64 C-stick kind of thing, the C buttons, they're right there. The directional pad, that's really awesome. That's like a real cool callback. I never really thought, you know, it's nostalgic for me, because I used to have a Nintendo 64, but I never thought I would see the C buttons again. That's really kind of cool. I hope in practice it's as good as the concept, because I remember the C-stick, or the C buttons, or whatever the fuck they're called in the Nintendo 64 controller, weren't that great. So hopefully it's good. Let's see, what else? No, I think that's about it. I like the fact that there's this one guy who just he's playing on the airplane, and he's got like this. Oh, how cool is that actually when you think about it? The dude is playing Skyrim on an airplane with a console. It like, sure, it's like a tablet thing, but it's like, that's just fucking rad, isn't it? Yeah, and he has the halves of the controller, and he's holding them like a Wii U, or like a Wii. Fucking, I'm confused about it. Like, you know, the nunchucks and such. That's pretty awesome. I don't know, like all of this is pretty cool. I have some skepticism about a few things. Like, I hope this is I don't want it to be a big powerhouse. I know it's not going to be like that, but I'm at least hoping that it's going to be decent enough. You know, like, I don't want some terrible last gen thing that has like the power of a Wii U and it's just portable. I don't want that, man. I want it to be a good next gen thing, you know, to match up something like the PS4 or the Xbox One. Like I said, that's probably not possible, but I hope that's the case. I don't see it lasting very long if that is not the case. Also, the battery life on the controller is also something to just question. It could just only last like 1 hour to like maybe I don't know, 30 minutes. Or it could last for 8 hours, which is pretty decent. Like, that's pretty cool. But we don't know any of that yet. All we know is that it's coming out on March 2017, and that's around my birthday, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, if any of you have any questions about this, or if you want to voice out your concerns, or if you're hyped about this as I am, I'm a little hyped about it. You know, hype has been killed ever since I saw like the PS3 and the Xbox 360. Like, that was the last time I was ever hyped. The PS4 and the Xbox One just, I don't know, they weren't that great. But yeah, leave your comments down below if you like this video. I know it's like very ranty, and I don't really have that much to say and it's really long. I don't have a script. I just woke up, so give me a fucking break. But if you like this video, like it, and if you want to see more, subscribe. All right, thank you all so very much for watching. I will see you all next time. Love y'all. Bye. Somber video today, remember that. Bye.